What's up, guys? It's Missy. I'm back with another SimCity Build video, and I am going to kind of give you guys the rundown of what we got going on here. So I did a couple of upgrades, so we were able to get one task done, and that was the upgrade residential 3 times. Now, right now, the monster's here, so I can actually do the ward deliveries also. So I'm going to go ahead and start those because those are worth 2,000 points. And let's see what we need. We needed 1 donut for that. Let's see. There's some donuts there. Okay. So basically right now, you guys, your main focus is going to be getting prepared for Mega, upgrading your storage as much as possible, getting all those land unlocks done like we talked about. I'm going to be putting up a video called the Missy's Building Guide checklist. So I'm just going to type up a checklist for you guys to have that you can use, and it'll have the kind of like the level requirements, kind of like what the original Missy's Building Guide is, but it's going to be a much less complex version. It's just going to be a quick, like, you know, checklist from levels 1 to 10, check, check, check. So I will do a video where I go through in detail a little bit better and explain, like, okay, this is why you're doing this. But essentially, it's just going to hopefully be a pretty quick video. But a lot of you guys have been asking, you know, if you need to wait until you have 350 storage. I'm repeating this in several videos because so many people have been asking. You do not need to wait to level up, okay? You don't need to wait to go to level 24. You can go up to level 24 with any amount of storage. It's not going to make or break you. In fact, you need to be able to multitask and get these things done. So you guys will be able to max out your storage just fine. Don't worry about that, okay? A lot of you guys are like overcautious because you guys messed up the first time around, but it's not that bad, okay? As long as you do what you need to do at the right time, you're going to be fine. All right, so what was I doing? Oh, I was supposed to be looking for a donut. Let's see. Donuts are normally really easy to find, so let me go to my city because I think I might have some up. If not, I think I have some on there. I don't know. I'll have to find out. So basically, just a quick rundown of like what you should have accomplished or be working on right now. You need to get your roads set up. Don't forget that. You're going to be spending cash on shop slots, making your building supply store and your barn the most important. You're going to be upgrading, let's see, only regular residential homes. What else? What else? Don't unlock any beach or mountain until Mega. Hang on. Putting the donuts up. Okay. You're going to buy only the police, fire, and health of the large ones until you can afford your Maxis. You're not going to buy the small ones because those are a big waste of money. You know, as we discussed in the earlier portion of this walkthrough. Notice how we haven't had to buy, you know, a bunch of stuff, which has been nice. We've just been able to, you know, place this stuff down and not have to worry about it. You're going to unlock the VU tower before you unlock the airport and the cargo shipping dock because that's going to be most important. I recommend doing the 5 slot factories before the VU tower because that's what's going to be able to make you your money. And the VU tower is more for the epic pointers, which you'll need by the time you hit level 24. So let's see, we need a hammer and a table. Okay. Hammers, get these making. Try to have your shops running at all times. This shop is going to be the least of your worries in terms of like prepping for calm because of the fact that it's so easy to speed up because the items take so little time. This will probably be your starting point shop where you cycle through, like I've discussed in some of the other videos. Don't let your taxes sit for too long because they don't add up, you know, over time or whatever. They stack up to a certain point and that's it. Okay, let's see what else do we got going on here. We are going to talk about those in-game purchases. As far as those ads go, we're just going to kind of keep an eye out and see how long it takes for them to disappear. If they disappear at a certain level or if they disappear at a certain time or what. We're just going to keep our eye on that because there's been so many conspiracy theories about that and I've been just testing them out. So far we have no rhyme or reason for the madness, which is pretty typical for EA, to be honest. So, okay. Let's see. We don't need beach items, so we can sell those. We need to use our war items, but we're going to go ahead and just post some of these up because we need the space. Okay. What do we got going on here? What were we doing? We were doing that war delivery, huh? Okay, so we needed a table and a hammer. Let me see what I got. Got the hammer. I don't think I have tables. Yeah, nope, no tables. We'll have to get that from Global. I hate running around on Global with so little storage space. It drives me crazy. It's not a good idea. Okay. Oh, come on. Oh, well, that's good, actually. Not going to complain about storage, that's for sure. So, this city, like I said, I'm trying to figure out if I want to make a group or if I want to join a group. I'm thinking I might make one here in a little bit, but for the time being, I might go check out a few clubs. Let me see. Let's just go bounce between a few clubs, see what we can find. I know a lot of people, like, a lot of clubs are dead. Or they're just war clubs. So, if you are having trouble finding a good one, I would reach out on social media. It will probably be your best option. Let's see. Let's get some of this stuff put up here. I hate, you know, earning points when I'm not in a group because it's not going towards anything. But let's talk about the club. So you're going to hit the chat bubble here. So the way this works is you have this browsing feature here. And if you hit this, it recycles. These are clubs in your country. Then you've got clubs in your language, active in war clubs, club active challenge. Let's see here. Social clubs, trading clubs, and recently active clubs. So essentially here's what happens. So if you see a join button, that means that you can just join automatically, right? Like if it says open above it, you can just jump right in. If you see apply, that means that they have to accept your application. Now, what a lot of people don't know is when they apply to a club, if they're in a club when they apply, it makes it difficult to approve your request. Because if the president or vice president who see the application, if they don't get to it like within the first few minutes, the green check mark goes away. We have no way to approve your request. It just doesn't let us. So you have to log out of the club that you're in before we can actually accept it. But if we catch it when it very first comes in, we can go ahead and approve it. If you are in a club that's in war, you will not be able to leave and go to another group until that war is over. So another thing is you'll also see requirements. Okay, so like here how it says two plus, that means that what they want you to have is they want you to have a war rank of 2 or higher. So there's certain types of requirements that they can set as a precedent. They can say, well, we don't want people who have, less than this rank in the contest or less than this rank in war, or they have to be this level or whatever. So they can weed out the applicants or the people that join in. So basically, what you'll do is if you know the name of the group in which you want to search, then you just go ahead and type the name into the search bar. Okay? So you're just going to, just say Missy. Because ours is Neverland, Missy, and CPT. So if we do Missy, then you get anything that pops up with that. Okay? Now, as you can see, ours is set to private, and it has a red apply button. It'll tell you cannot apply and why. It says the club is in war, try again after war, and it tells you how long until our war is over. Now, what people often do is they hit me up saying, hey, I want in your group, and then I say, okay, when war ends, I'll go ahead and approve you and let me know your city name and whatnot. Then what happens is hang on. For the time being, they go join another club, and then they apply to our club, and then I'm unable to accept their application until they leave their club. And by then, their club usually has started war or whatever. So if you want in our group, you need to make sure that you are not logged into another one. Now, once you have, let's say you don't know the name of the club, but you've been given a club code. So when you go and you seek, like, help, like maybe you go to Facebook and you say, hey, I want to join your group. They'll give you a club code. Now that code, you type that in directly and it's going to bring you straight to that individual group. So our club code is all the club codes are located just below the little club shield. Okay, that you don't put the hashtag in, you can just put in the number, the letters or whatever. So like ours is RQMKNG. Once you type that in and you hit search, it's going to bring you straight to our club individually. Okay. Now, each time you make a group, you're going to be given a group code. Now, you can't, that I know of, I've never had luck and I've never known anybody to have luck, you can't transfer that club code once you leave it. So like, let's say you wanted to make a new club, but you wanted to keep your code to like maybe drop down your war, your arena in war. I've never heard of them allowing people to change that over, like kind of how you would keep like your same phone number or something. They don't allow you to do that. There's a lot of dead clubs, okay? So you may join in, look and see like how long it's been since somebody's even spoken. But basically that's how that works. So if you want to create a group, what you would do is you would name your group and you would pick whether or not you want it to be open, private, or closed. Closed would mean that nobody's allowed to even apply. Okay, so you wouldn't have the annoying applications. What you would do is you need to have at least, I believe it was 10 members to even start a club war. So a lot of people will just, spam invite people when they find out that they're on global or whatever, or they're just trying to get enough members to start, war. But if you're making a club to, let's say, bounce between feeders. Okay, let's say that you have feeder cities, but you don't have Facebooks for them, right? So what you would do is you would make a club with probably your feeder, and then you would close the door, maybe make it to where you have to apply, and then you would be able to join that club. Like let's say you're in my group, okay, and you have 3 or 4 feeder cities that you're wanting to bounce between, but you don't have Facebooks for them. So what you do is you leave on the day off and you go to your other club. You would only approve yourself, and then you would be able to, bounce between your cities, and then you would be able to leave and then go be in an active group. And that way you wouldn't have to worry about anybody buying stuff from your feeder. You would be able to leave the club closed so that you wouldn't have to worry about, anybody coming in and swooping anything up. Now, another thing that people will do is they will just they'll have two different clubs that they kind of bounce between if one does war but the other one does not. So finding the club that's right for you is extremely important. Okay, it's going to mean everything when it comes to the success of, especially if you're wanting to do the Missy's Building Guide, you're going to have to be able to be in war so that you can play the Contest of Mayors properly. You got to be able to do 150%, not 50%, right? So right now, what we could do, here's the problem. If you go into a group and they start war with you in there, you're screwed. Like, you have no way of opting out. You have to wait until that war is over. If you want to be eligible for a victory or defeat prize, you have to attack at least one time. So anytime your club wins or loses war, you're going to be given something. Okay, now it'll determine, based on like which arena you're in, will determine the victory prize. But the defeat prize is always the same. It's going to be the keys, the silver tokens, and I believe it's more simoleons. It's been a while. I don't pay attention anymore. I've been so annoyed. But that's basically the gist of it. So once you win, you'll, based off what arena your club is in, will determine what you get for the victory prize. So if we do 2 wars a week, and let's just say we win, that's 120 cash for you guys just twice a week just for participating in war, right? If we lose, then you get the keys and the tokens. And, most of the time we try to lose, but we don't, we don't go out of our way to win, right? So we win some, we lose some. It's really not set in stone that we have to lose anymore, because so many people need to earn these points to get their cards unlocked. So as long as we don't knock the enemy, then we can stay on our war schedule. As long as they don't knock us and we don't knock them, then we can keep our war schedule going. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to browse around, and I'll show you guys kind of what it's like when you join another group. Also, I highly recommend that when you join a club that you don't go in as a mooch, okay? Go in as a respectable person. Ask, hey, what are the club rules? What do I need to know? Be an active participant. I'm not saying, give away your stuff. That's foolish. I'm saying don't go in with the me attitude. Go in with the team attitude. Like, we're here to help each other. And that's why a lot of clubs fail, because so many people are out for them. They're not out for the team. I had a girl that we removed yesterday. I made it very clear that, we are a team and we help each other. And that you don't sell rares unless, it's to a teammate and that person is at your depot, because there's no reason to sell rares to the global market, right? Not when you have 24 other teammates that would absolutely love to have those for the purpose of the contest. And she just goes in there and just starts selling them. Just, who cares? And so I remind her, I'm like, hey, look, just make sure that the person that they're intended for is at your depot. Don't just post them up for grabs, because then people start thinking that they can do that too. Then you have, things being posted and getting sold to global, and you've got people constantly saying, are those up for grabs? Or, you just got nothing but problems. So I said, all you have to do is be like, hey, would you like these VU items? Or would you like these storage items? Whatever the case may be. Set them up for a designated person. Make sure that they're there, and get it done. And she just posted them up again, and I'm like, dude. And then she's like, well, I'll just sell them all to global on my feeder. Are you serious? Really? Wow. I mean, don't be a teammate like that. You have a whole team of people. If you guys help each other, you guys can all be successful. And a lot of groups, they don't operate that way. They operate like shit. They operate like, well, oh, it's all for me, all for one. Fuck. No, and I'm number one. Okay, so let's see. we're not looking for a war club specifically. So let's look at what we got going on here. I'm not seeing anything with the name that's like standing out to me. Let me see what the, there was somebody on Facebook that had put up his club code here. Let me see. Let's see. I want to make sure that I double check. I think they said they were going to be in war, but just want to make sure before. Okay. I'm gonna have to close this to find it. All right, I think I got it. Give me a second, you guys. Okay, so I'm going to put up a post on the Facebook group asking for a group and see what we get rather than just bouncing around a bunch of places. But for the time being, let's try to get this done super quick. I want to make sure that we don't miss the timer on this war delivery thing here. So again, with the checklist, you guys, you're going to be unlocking as much of this land as possible before you get to Mega. You're going to constantly check on, you know, these little things here to see if you can make a little extra money. You're going to get your 3 red roads set up, which we've got 1. So we need to constantly check to make sure that the other ones aren't red so that these ones go red. We need to make sure that we are upgrading our shops and getting the ones that we need, you know, placed down right away. This one here, the item that you're going to be producing on a regular basis is going to be the caps. Now, right now, we really don't have the coin to buy that just yet. So I'm actually going to hold off on placing it. But as soon as we get the funding available, we need to get that placed down. So let's see what else we got. Let's go ahead and put some of this other stuff up for sale so that we can go ahead and make some room for those tables. Because we need to find some tables. Veggies are usually another thing that the war deliveries ask for quite a bit. Hang on. Okay, sorry you guys, I'm back. I have people that I train, you know, regularly, and they need me to get back to them at a timely manner, so I try to do that. Okay. There's also quite a few of you guys asking questions on the Facebook group. I'm going to go ahead and do a Q&A video later on today. One of the questions was about getting the high-value comm tasks. I'm waiting to hear back from that person, and then I'm going to go ahead and make the video discussing that. So if you guys also have that issue, be sure to check that out. And you guys always know, like, even if you think or know that I've answered it somewhere before, if it's something that you're having trouble with or whatever, just reach out to me and ask me, you know, whatever the question is, because there's a lot of just little things, you know, in the game that you can miss or that could honestly potentially cause big problems. So I'm going to be also doing a video on that, which I need to write that down actually, because I always forget. But if you guys have any video requests, put them out. Put them in the comments, hit me up on Facebook, whatever the case may be. Let's see. Write that down. Hold on. Okay. Now, I don't script any of my videos, so there's, you know, sometimes where I'm like supposed to be doing something and I totally forget, and then I'm like, oh shit, I should have said that, you know. But honestly, my videos have a lot of information as it is, and I try not to overwhelm you guys. But you know, if it helps, you might want to just take notes, just brief notes. You know, like if I say something that you're like, oh, that's awesome to remember, and then you're like, I don't remember what she said. You know, it's a lot to take in. So I'm going to be doing, I do have, and I'm going to be doing, you know, just a basic tips and tricks video. I have several of those where I just go through just random things about the game, but I'm going to be doing a more categorized tips and tricks video where it's like, okay, we're going to be doing just Omega tips or regional tips or, you know, contest of mayors tips, those types of things. So we're going to categorize it a little bit better. So if you guys, like I said, if you have any questions or any video requests at all, you know how to get in touch with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We actually went up like quite a few subscribers the last 8 months. You know, we went from like 100 subscribers to 1,200 and something in the last 7 months or so. And then once we hit 1,000, like the 200 and something after that it went pretty quick. So any likes or comments, you know, anytime you like refer people to my videos, it helps a lot. So, you know, the channel will grow better, and I'll try to get, you know, better content out for you guys. I'm going to be doing a lot more designing, and we're going to be doing a lot more once we get into this walkthrough and we can get the thing, you know, to the point where we're in Mega. That's where the fun begins, right? Because then you guys are going to see like, oh, this is how Mega works. So we're going to skip the next couple of these because it's asking for tables. So actually, you know what? I'm not going to play around with this all day. We've got other things we could be doing. Right now, you guys, we are focusing on doing quick, fast, easy tasks to make sure that we get promoted. So it doesn't make sense to spend, you know, an hour and a half on one assignment just to earn a few points when essentially we're not going to be finishing this pass. We're just going for quick, fast, easy points. If you're somebody who's going for the pass though and you have time, then yeah, go ahead and, you know, do the more longer tasks. But you got to make sure that you're able to get them all done, and you don't want to be spending valuable resources. So it's really important that you don't spend a bunch of cash like paying for flights and stuff for these lower leagues. It just doesn't make sense to do that. So let's go ahead and collect our taxes. That'll get us to where we've got, you know, quite a few of what we need. We'll advertise the beach. We also have this that we can collect, and we can sell those for some extra coin. Again, we're not unlocking the beach yet. We want to save those. Those are really excellent, easy 2,500 point tasks. You know, they're super quick. They, you know, they're beneficial because you're unlocking your map, and they boost up your average quite nicely. So saving those beach and mountain is really, really, really important. You don't need to unlock it to boost your population. You can boost your pop plenty fine with the categories that you do have unlocked. The other thing you guys also need to pay attention to, if you guys aren't hurting for currency, like coin, you guys can unlock these other categories. For example, you have the transportation category that you can unlock. That'll be 40,000. Once you buy this, then you'll be able to purchase the other things. You need to look into what epics you like the look of. That's going to be another very important thing that you do. Once you've determined which ones you actually like, then you can determine which pointers you need to buy. You know, which specialization buildings you need to buy per category to boost your pop and to get the pointers, and then going for the size of the building as well. So essentially, you need to be able to unlock Paris, London, and Tokyo by the time you get to Mega, which should be pretty easy to do if you're level 24 when you hit Mega. You'll be able to boost up that pop pretty high. And you won't have to worry about all those road upgrades, so you should have enough coin to, you know, do your epics. Not only that, but you're also not worrying about police, health, and fire constantly, you know, because you've purchased the large ones. So the next thing would be services, just keeping, you know, a good eye on your services, but also keeping in mind that you need to buy the right services. Don't settle for the little one just because you have money for it. You know, settle for the one that you need. This is the one that you would purchase. Then you would go with the garbage incinerator, the little water tower, and the coal power. Okay? All right, so let's go with, what are we doing? We needed to get these advertised. We need to make some coin. Let's double check our mayor's pass here and our promotions, see what we got going on. So far, the only money that we're into this particular city is the what was it, 99 cents for that daily cash thing. Okay, so we've got 3 of each dozer. Before I collect that, I want to make sure that I can actually unlock a slot with it. So we would need 1 blade. Let's see, what else we got? All right, we would be able to do it with this one up here. So I'm going to wait and see if we get a land task. I'm going to give it just a few minutes, or, you know, go through a few tasks and see, and then if we don't, then we'll go ahead and do that. Because it's not really taking up any space. I mean, it's taking up a little bit, but not a lot. Okay, so let's see. Let's get those posted up. Start making, let's see what else we got. I forgot to look at this. So we got an expand beach we can't do. We got tables. So we can start the tables. Start making the tables. We'll need a couple planks, but at least those are making. And then we've got, let's start the planks. Okay. At least those are going. Let's see what we got for, we don't need 14 techs right this minute, so we'll sell those when we get a chance. Sell that. Never sell your stuff for pennies, you guys. Come on. What is this? This is nonsense. Absolutely nonsense. And then there are free stuff. Hi, free stuff. What the hell? Oh my god. People are so weird. People do some weird shit. Maybe he's getting rid of his city. Who knows? Okay. 1 key, huh? Sometimes, you know, if you're doing these earn simoleons tasks or whatever, when you do your house upgrades, you do earn some there. But sometimes it's a good idea to buy things you know sell quickly and then just repost them for sale to get it done. Like if you see something you know is going to sell fast. Problem is, beach doesn't really sell very quickly, especially when there's a bunch of it in like side passes. You know that the global market's going to be flooded with it. Donuts surprisingly sell very fast. Even though they're one of the most profitable items in the game, they do sell really quickly. So let's just purchase these and then we'll go back and we will post them for sale. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's collect that. Oh, that was nice. That doesn't normally happen. That would have definitely put us where we were good. Okay. We're not going to be doing the upgrade town building right now. We've got 3 tasks at 2400 or higher, so it's unlikely that we're going to get many more tasks of a higher value. So we're going to go ahead and actually cancel this one just because of the league that we're in, the amount of tasks that we have. You know, it just doesn't make sense to leave all those sit. And if we cancel the other 2, they're just going to come right back. So that's pretty much our only option, is to cancel that one. Now, let's see. We've got Attack and Club Wars. Now, this particular task is actually going to result usually in a higher valued task, but we can't do it. So we need to cancel it. And even if we entered into a group that was going to start war, it would still be 12 hours away. Now we have a key task here, which we have those keys uncollected in our past. So we're going to go ahead, watch this video, get that key task done, and then see what pops up. Again, this is not how you would play if you were in Mega, okay? I mean, some of it is, but for the most part, this is, you got to take into consideration that you should be practicing and educating yourself for when you get to Mega. But if you really want to be successful, then, you know, you got to put in the work. You can't just expect to watch a few videos and just pick your highest task and expect that you're just going to, you know, win. You got to really put in the work. Okay, so right now, let's see. We need to earn 4, which I believe this one is for 5. If you hold down, it tells you this one's for 3. So that, we're going to get that. And then we just need 1 more key. Now, we don't have the VU tower unlocked yet, so that kind of sucks. But, let's see. What can we do? We've got the cargo. We don't have that unlocked either. And we already got our 1 gold key for today. So, that is a big problem. We can't finish this task unless we unlock the VU tower, which is going to be hours away. I don't think we have anything in the VU pass unlocked. Let me just double check. Doesn't look like we've even hit anything. I don't even remember if we've hit, have we? Nope. Shit. I didn't think about this. Oh well, it's not a big deal. Okay. 10,000. We'll just get that built. It'll be 1 day, 7 hours. So no biggie. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna have to cancel that. I'm not gonna play around with all that. So, not for that little points especially. We've got a melon task that we can prep for. But again, we don't have tokens, you guys. So these long production tasks, they're not ideal. You know, they're really not. You're going to be going through a lot of this crap. We've got the cargo we can't do, the monster. We could do that if we had some plungers. So let's see what we got to do to get those. So far we'll have to skip that next one. What else we got? We've got that upgrade Latin we can't do. Textile. So let's go ahead and prep text, because we can get quite a few of those probably going on an ad or something. There's 15. Let's see, what do we got? Let's bulldoze that one. We need to get this one down here. Okay. Right. All right. Making flour constantly is going to be something that you guys do. Also making hammers quite a bit. Let's see. Let's clear up some space here. All right. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. We're prepping tables. That's right. Okay. That's where the problem comes in with all this. I mean, it's not going to be hard to get promoted, you guys. We can't do this. We might as well cancel that. We're going to be saving up money for that VU tower. It's going to be the next thing that we do. Okay, so this here, the simoleons challenge, that's going to be what we do next. So we're going to watch the video ad for that. I'm going to pause this video real quick, though. Okay, you guys. So we've got a little bit towards this done. About 7,000 points. So, or $7,000 left to go. So for the time being, let's see. I'm going to go through this. So you guys got to make sure that if you don't have a feature available, that you need to go through and click on everything in your menu to make sure that all the notifications and things like that have taken place so that you have all of these things available to you. This here is the war screen. We're going to go through kind of briefly how this works. So basically, you can't go to war by yourself, right? So you would need to join a group. Once you join a group, the only person that can initiate war is somebody who's either senior vice president or president. But once you actually do that, you will be able, this is your war screen, you'll be able to cycle through, you'll see, your guys' cities listed over here on the left, and then you'll see your opponents on the right. This here is your VU pass. Each tier costs, more money each time you complete it. You can do it for free, just you only get the top, same as the mayor's pass. Once you pay the $2.99 if you're in the US, then basically the second one is like $5.99 and the third one's like $12.99. It resets after so many days. I highly recommend that you guys, if you do buy it, only get the first one. The others really aren't worth the money, honestly. Even the first one's not really worth it. It's just a matter of like, okay, if you get the pink plum bob points and you have to do less, then okay. But the actual war stuff that you get it's a nice boost, especially with this building guide, but it's not needed at all whatsoever to be successful. It's just a boost is all. One of the things that you'll notice is with this guide is that you need to save as many of your war cards as possible so that when you get to Mega and you get those 3,000 point war tasks that you're able to do them. If you unlock too many cards and upgrade too many cards, then you're going to be very limited to those upgrades. Eventually, the first few, they're super cheap. But eventually, they're going to start to get expensive and it's going to be, much harder to get those war cards obtained. So if you burn through all of your cheap ones, before you even get to Mega, then you're going to have nothing, but problems when you get to Mega. So what you're going to do is when you get to this point here, you're going to be given the opportunity to unlock something. Unlocking and upgrading a card, it counts the exact same for that task. But again, you're not doing that task unless you're in Mega. Now, let's say that, you need to be able to attack a decent amount before Mega or in general so that you can get points, right? Well, a lot of people make the mistake and they unlock like Disco Twister, for example. Now this one in particular, this one takes 4 items, okay? So the amount of storage that's required to hit for this is it's going to be a little more, you know, because you're going to have all of these extra pieces. Not only that, but it takes 6 energy. You only start with, or you only get 12 energy. So you can only launch this particular task 2 times with 1 bar of energy. So let's say that you were to get a task for a launch 3 legendary disaster. You would only be able to launch this one 2 times. And then you would have to do like an energy pump, or you would have to wait until 6 more energy built up before you could launch the 3rd time. That is why I highly recommend that when you guys first unlock your legendary card, that you actually go for the Not in Kansas. Now, this will be slightly difficult if you don't have these particular cards, but this particular card, it does 3 damage on its first unlock. It's only 4 energy, so you can launch it 3 times within 1 energy bar, and once you do that, it'll be equivalent to, you know, 3 times 4 is 12, so 1,200 points for those attacks. Whereas, like, okay, the Disco Twister is 600 points. You'll be able to hit twice with the 12 energy, and you'll get 1,200 points. So for 12 energy, you're getting the same amount of points as you would launching this one twice as you would that one 3 times. But you'll be able to actually do that task. So I highly recommend that you get the Not in Kansas as soon as possible. Even if you don't have a task for it, just get that one unlocked, and that way you guys can launch it as many times as possible when you go to war. When you first go to war, you're going to want to launch, you know, as much as you can without putting yourself in the poorhouse, of course. Once you start launching, you know, your war attacks or whatever, you're going to start earning points. Now, eventually, you guys are going to start to get war simoleons. Once you guys get those war simoleons obtained, you'll get a little bag on the top left corner of your screen here, and you'll be able to go to the war store. When you go to the war store, you want to purchase jackpot boosters, and you want to make sure that you're launching, you know, your jackpot hitting with your Not in Kansas. And if you have any energy pumps or whatever, then you can pump your energy and then continue to hit on that same jackpot, or you can, you know, save your energy pumps for when you get to the higher arenas and when you have more jackpots available. Don't buy jackpots and waste them on a comic hand hit, like a 100 or 200 damage hit. There's no sense in that, okay? But you'll also notice when you're in a group, people will say, you know, open jackpot. Usually the kill hit should be a hard hit, because if somebody has 1 health left, if nobody can hit it anyways, then go ahead and hit it for a low attack. But if there's other people that can hit it for higher, then it would make no sense at all whatsoever to hit it with 100 damage. But let's say that you have somebody with 1 health left, okay? And you have an attack for, let's say, 8 damage and let's say the person has 3 health left, and you have an attack for 8 damage and an attack for 2 damage. You would hit with the 2, which would bring them down to 1 health. Then you would hit with the 8. If you hit with the 8 first, you're going to kill them completely. So you want to hit for your lowest amount first, then your highest, to make sure that you get all of your hits in there. Now, that pretty much concludes the basics of what I had to say right now without being able to actually interact on the screen. It's all kind of mumble jumble. But I do have videos on the war feature. So you guys really, if you don't know how war works, if you're new to it, check out my beginner videos. There's actually like 3 or 4 of them. I go through in detail and I explain, you know, all the menus and the icons and how the stores work and all that good stuff. But I wanted to give you guys a brief rundown of how it works with the Missy's Building Guide and what you guys need to do to, you know, be successful. So you will need to launch as much as you can in war and on the monster with this guide, so that you guys are able to obtain as many war stuff as, you know, just anything. You know, you need those boosters, you need war simoleons, you're going to want those items and things of that nature. So everything is vitally important, but what's more important is that you do not spend those war simoleons on war items. You are way too low level to be spending those valuable war simoleons on war items. Your war deliveries are cheap. When you get attacked in war, you're going to see these little green hats, kind of like what you see when you launch your VU tower. And the war, being hit in war is actually not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing, because when you do a war delivery, for example, let's say you've donated 3 tables, 3 donuts, and a chair for 2 plungers. Well, when you actually get hit in war and you repair, you get war items in return for repairing, but the repair is substantially less than the deliveries. So what would normally cost you, let's say $3,000 in items, is costing you like $100 in stuff. For example, let's say it costs you $3,000 in items, and you get hit, then all of a sudden you get war deliveries, or you get hit, and you look at your items required to repair, and it's like 5 metal for two plungers or something. It's substantially less. So repair as much as you can, hit as much as you can, and get as many points stacked up as possible. Get as many rewards as you can, and just bank in on that stuff. Anytime you see jackpots in your store, buy them, okay? Preferably the level 1 jackpots. The level 2s and 3s, the only difference is the duration of time. And honestly, they're like 3 times as much money. So, why do you need a 20 or 30-minute jackpot unless you plan on coordinating attacks with other teammates at a higher level? Like, you're going to need to be in Arena 6 to even, use those anyways. So just go with the level 1s for now. You really don't need anything higher than a level 1 or 2. The level 2s and 3s, I rarely even use them. Most of the time when you do, it's because you have like 5 or 6 other people that you're coordinating your attacks with. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead, get this video uploaded. Hopefully that was helpful for you guys. This is the walkthrough part 10. I'm going to get walkthrough part 11 done tomorrow. We're going to get into a club, and we're going to start earning some points. And then here, within the next couple of walkthroughs, we're going to be, it's going to get a lot more involved. So this has been like the super easy stuff so far, but I would definitely start paying more and more attention to what's going on, into like walkthrough 13 and on. Okay? So good luck to you guys. Again, if you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button. You can join us on Facebook at SimCity Buildit Missy and YT, and you can also join in on our group when we have an opening. All you have to do is hit me up on Facebook, and yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow.